There's 8 billion people here, we all want to feel seen. A lot of competition here and many eyes are green. You'd think I would give up by now, you'd think I'd flip my wig. Determination won't allow, I don't know why this is. I gotta keep doing it big.
Always making these hits, get the money, I'm gonna reach my dreams. Always gotta drop, keep getting the money, build my legacy. Always making these hits, get the money, I'm gonna reach my dreams. Always gotta drop, keep getting the money, build my legacy. Always making these hits, get the money, I'm gonna reach my dreams. Always gotta drop, keep getting the money, build my legacy. Always making these hits, get the money, I'm gonna reach my dreams. Always gotta drop, keep getting the money, build my legacy.
City of Benton Harbor, November 4th, 2025. The city is at a crossroads. And I'm asking you to help me to help the city and to help you by voting for Duane L. Cease II, Commissioner at Large and Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Bigg Harbor. We've had more progress in the last 10 years in the City of Benton Harbor than the last 50 years. With roads, sidewalks, alleys, development, water lines 100% replaced and removed, clean audits, and it's because of good leadership. So I need for you to vote Duane L. Cease, November 4th, 2025, for not leadership that's promising what they will do, but proven leadership that has led this city in a progressive and in a successful way. God bless you. This one is for you.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson.
You might know me best as Winston Zeddemore from Ghostbusters. You may also know that I was born and raised in the city of Benton Harbor. If you love Benton Harbor as much as I do, then I'm asking you to re-elect Duane L. Seats, Commissioner at Large, in the November 4th general election. Duane Seats, proven, experienced, and a connected resource for the continued progress of the city of Benton Harbor. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Emma Hull, the former mayor of the city of Benton Harbor. And I want to talk to all of the citizens of Benton Harbor, and especially those that are registered to vote. If you're not registered to vote, get registered, because this election is very, very important. Our city is on the move to improve. I call it improvement movement. And we got people down at City Hall, our commissioners, our mayor pro tem, that's working so hard to make this city be a better place for us to live in, all of the citizens. They want our citizens to have a good quality of life. And we want to have a good quality of life. So we're excited to tell you we got to keep this city moving forward. Remember, a move to improve. Now, they done put in streets, and they still working to put in housing. They still working to put in opportunities for us. And we got to keep the ones that's working for us, to keep them in office. And the ones we want to put back in office is Commissioner Seeks and Commissioner Adams. Commissioner Adams used to be in there, but she fell on a little difficult. And now she's want to come back. So we got to put her back and keep Mayor Pro Tem Seats there. It's very, very important. Now, we as citizens, we always want to move forward. We don't want to go backwards. We want to stay looking forward. And we got to continue to do that. But we got to get out and vote. We can't talk. We need to know the time that we got to go, what day it is got to go, and bring all our neighbors and our friends. Even bring the enemies. They like you anyway. So bring everybody out to vote on the election day. We got to stay aware of what's going on. Look how this city is moving. We got construction everywhere. Got the up on is that Pipestone? Old Mercy Building. Going to have all new houses up there. Then we got a new development downtown. Then we going to have housing authority. They're going to build redo the houses. They're going to redo Habitat. We're going to redo the bus projects. And then we're going to do the scattered sites. But if we change people, we can't do this, because we're on the move to improve. Remember that. We're moving to improve our city of Benton Harbor. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Everything is looking so nice. I wish you could see this street over here. Don't it look beautiful, Andre? It's so pretty. And so we want to keep it that way. And so we got to get out, got to work real hard for Adams and Seats to get back in office. Mayor Pro Tem Seats and MaryAlice Adams to get back in office. Now remember, we're on the move, and we're moving to improve. Now we don't want nothing to set us back. Nothing. So we got to keep these two in office so we can continue to move forward. And I love all of y'all. I love everybody so much. So just keep us moving forward. Get out and vote. Don't forget. And y'all going to find out the date. It's in November the 4th. November the 4th. Now you got a month to get everything together, so you can go out there and move and vote. And if you don't, okay, pass. That's enough, Andre. Good evening.
All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bigg Dre, and go ahead and unmute yourself, MaryAlice. So Commissioner Seats, you in the haunted house now? All right, so bro, you should have stayed where you was at, man. So hold on, you what he doing? All right, so want to welcome everyone here tonight. We just want to do a quick live stream reaching out to the city citizens of Benton Harbor, and this was a last minute situation, y'all. So usually I'm prepared, but nevertheless we're here. We have two candidates that I personally is rooting for and supporting. I have my cousin, Commissioner MaryAlice Adams, and my brother, my pastor, Pastor Duane L. Seats, Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem. Let me put some respect on his name. Put some respect on his name. Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Duane L. Seats the second, and November 4th is 2 days away, and it's been quite a journey, but nevertheless we're here, man, and so we just want to chop it up with the candidates real quick, and just to see where their head is right now, and talk about upcoming election and further things that they might want to do in the city of Benton Harbor. So until Commissioner Seats comes back, Commissioner Adams, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, Dre. How are you?
I'm great. So let's talk about this journey. This past we went through the primaries. Now we're here.
We're here.
How you feeling tonight?
Peaceful.
Feeling peaceful? Okay.
It's very not overconfident, but I mean not conceited, but confident in who I am and what I've done and what I have accomplished, especially working side by side in playing economic development committee meeting with Pro Tem Duane Seats. And tonight it's kind of funny because it takes time to sometimes forge relationships when
True.
you have individual minds trying to come together and make an informed decision with the rest of the elected officials. He entrusted me to hold things down until he made it in, because the young man, the very type of young men that Obama wants us to try to raise into leadership roles, he has done his part. And none of us are perfect, but holding his meetings down as the chairman of Planning Economic Development, I did that for over 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've accomplished a lot. So him being late right now is not new to me. But I held it down though.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna jump into these questions real quick. I want to thank everybody for tapping in. We are live on Facebook, on the AI Studios page. It was going to be on my personal profile page on Facebook. For some reason, it was turned on to private instead of public for whatever reason. But nevertheless, we're on the AI Studios page live, and we're also on YouTube on our Tripping with Dre and Michelle page as well. So and then we also later on we do have a phone number that you can call in if you want to call in and make some comments or whatever. So please share this live out right now wherever you are. Please share this live out. Please share it out. Please share it out. Please share it out right now. All right. So, Commissioner Adams, for the people who might not follow city politics closely, what's your why, and why did you decide to run or rerun for commissioner at large?
Well, Dre, it's a long story, and I'll try to make it short. But and I'm not proud of all the decisions that I have made as a young adult, a young mother of 6 children, 5 boys and a daughter, 2 of who are deceased. One incarcerated. I mean, life shows up for all of us.
Yes.
But I came back to Benton Harbor after growing up here as a child. You know, we branch out and we leave and we go try to find our place on earth. And I came back home through by way of prison. And I try to, you know, teach our young adults about anger and the trouble it can get us in, because everybody that's locked up are not criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I came back home and I just didn't like what I saw, but I thought I was just passing through. And I opened up a beauty shop that is now a gas station up on May and Colfax, a building that my sister owned. And we got a lot of the equipment to upgrade the building from a hotel that I worked at over here in St. Joe. Um, and we opened up, and I was just listening to, the people in the community running specials, $10 days, to do some of the community members' hair. And I asked them questions about, why is Benton Harbor falling apart and not growing? And I just kept hearing each one say pretty much the same thing. We don't know, go downtown and find out. And I'm like, okay, so I started attending meetings. I decided to go find out. But mind you, during this time, I was not only running a beauty shop, I was working at J.C. Penney's salon still for a while, the cheese factory, playing chauffeur for my ex-husband, having to take him to work because he didn't have a license, and going to city meetings where I found myself standing in front of my elected officials crying, because in my sight, the sun set differently at Gene Clark Park than it did in Silver Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been down there ever since. One of the, I think it was Dylan Barnes. He was getting ready. He had been elected official for quite some time, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to recommend you to this board that's about to reignite," and that was the Brownfield Authority Board. And he said, "Your passion for the community, that's a perfect place for you, because we're about to do some big things."
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, I just decided to get on board and see what those big things consisted of. I think that I, as a mother, a business owner, had the ability of making informed decisions as to where I wanted to see my community go, at least jump started as I thought I was passing through. As you can see, 26
Mm-hmm.
years later, I'm still here. But in my doing so, I wanted to do something to make my time in Benton Harbor become just as vibrant as it used to be as a kid when I was growing up in it. I think our children deserve much better than what I came back home to.
All right, Commissioner Seats, welcome. I see you had change of scenery again. You muted. You muted. You muted. He gonna get it right. All right. So once again, I want to say y'all welcome. I see we got some more people that's came in.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
You taught me that, man. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so
I'm good,
you good? How you feeling tonight,
man. The Bears won. I'm good, man.
man? Y'all, that's what 3 in a row now, ain't? 3,
No,
4.
we lost last game, man. But we came back this game and we won. I'm grateful, thankful, even for this opportunity. I was listening to Commissioner Adams, and I just enjoyed what I heard. Dre, we're not running on we're not running on anything that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been in the city of Benton Harbor for the last 15 to 20 years, you're seeing progress. The thing that we're hearing the most now when we're knocking doors and we're talking to voters is that people are going around saying that if you vote, that you'll get a lawsuit, or if you vote, you're going to get money, or this trickery. We're not running on trickery. We're running on our passion. We're running on our consistency. We're running on what we've done. And you can see what's happening. People are saying, I heard somebody say the other day that having new roads and having new sidewalks, how does that affect us? Well, let me just say this. Kids who have been walking on bad sidewalks, it's dangerous. People who ride bikes on bad sidewalks, it's dangerous. So why not want something better for your community? And that just improves your neighborhood for your houses. I personally have negotiated, and I'm thankful because um, Commissioner MaryAlice Adams was my co-chair in a lot of these things that are happening now. Project T, we fought for years to get this done, which is on the corner of Pipestone and Empire. We personally fought to get that done. The project is going on right now on Wall Street and Colfax. That was under uh, our reign as far as community economic development. I can't run off a wish,
Mm-hmm.
running off what I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Benton Harbor, $20 million for 18 million. I'm sorry for Harbor Towers. That's major. Harbor Towers, people have complained about the building. They complained about elevators. They complained about their everything there. And for people to say that they don't need anything, and then to say how much more transparent can we be? All of our meetings are on YouTube. All of our meetings
That's the
are in
that's the word, transparency.
yeah, and
There's no transparency in the city of Ben Harbor.
that's such a placated or a word that somebody gave them to make them try to feel like they are not. We cannot go door to door and tell people what is happening. And this is the other thing. When it came to the lead lines, we have 100% of the lead lines replaced. Not only did we do that, but thanks to our relationships with the federal government and the state, they're not only replacing the lead lines, but they're going into homes and replacing windows, doors, painting houses, drywall, from the pillar to the post. They are fixing it. You can't tell me that Benton Harbor has not improved, but what's happening now is people are giving false narratives and saying that what we have not done, and the housing over both housing developments. Let me not say just the one. Both housing developments have something to do with homelessness. The housing development on the corner of Wall Street and Colfax is going to counteract the homelessness. The one over on Mercy Center property that was strategically made to help not only homeless adults, but you also have another problem that people are not speaking about. You have homeless teenagers, and we're planning on putting homeless teenagers, having them a place to stay, and then homeless women and homeless men. So the false narrative that people are putting out, the political ploys that we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, and people are stealing, and people are this and that. Andre, and I'm saying that wholeheartedly. We have done everything we could do to make Benton Harbor better. You can now see it. You can now see it. You can now open up your eyes and see it. But what's happening now is they're taking advantage. I'm saying this. They're taking advantage of the disenfranchised. They're taking advantage of people who are they feel that are have substance abuse issues, say it like that. And they're telling them that they're going to give them something that they're not going to get. You're not going to get money. You're not going to get a lawsuit because you vote for certain people. That's a lie. And I've heard that over 30 times. 30 times. The reason I'm tired right now because we were going door to door and knocking doors, and people are telling me some of the false narratives that are being put out here. And then me and Commissioner Adams, we don't have to. Me and the mayor, me and Sharon Henderson, me
Yeah.
and
Nice.
Commissioner Isom, me and um,
Milton.
Singleton. We don't have to
Warren.
argue
Right.
about do we want to affect change with our seniors? Are we against our youth? Are we against our homeless? That's a false narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And people are utilizing things that they really don't even know how the blood, sweat, and tears. When we first started running, we weren't getting a dime. We didn't even have a cell phone. We don't have credit cards. We don't have gas
Nope.
cards. We don't have anything. We are running off of merit that we want to make it better for
Yeah.
the city residents of Benton Harbor. When the schools was getting ready to get shut down, go
Yeah.
back and look at the newspaper. We stood in Lansing.
Emergency management. Yeah.
Emergency management. We stood
Yeah.
against Benton Harbor being taken over. And I'm going to tell you this, we have to be very, very careful because the people that are
Ooh.
pushing this false narrative don't give hoot, let me use that word, about Benton Harbor being a city. They don't give a hoot about Benton Harbor school system. They don't give a hoot about anything but an agenda that says that you will get $5 to $10 on a lawsuit or $30 on a lawsuit, and you will destroy your whole city. Don't destroy your city by not being educated on what you're doing. And some people are saying, I don't even know. They just told me to vote. I don't even know who I voted for.
If I may,
Go go
you
ahead.
know, Pro Tem Seats touch base on something that's very important, and we're utilizing it right now. And it took years to fight for us to be able to have technology in the homes,
Mm-hmm.
on social media, on our phones, so that people could become informed as to who's making what decisions for our community. It finally happened. It was like pulling teeth because there were some people that just didn't want people to see. And it was like, well, with all the bickering and the infighting and stuff, well, look at Washington and look at what the world has now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took a long time for some of us to forge the relationships that we have. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just like when our children go to school, take them out of one school into another one. It takes time to forge those relationships, as it is with us adults as well. We have brought forth, I mean, we have had people to come forth that wanted to upgrade River Terrace, the same ones that, I mean, lower and the high rise, that's actually building the one down here on the corner of Wall and Colfax. That all came through planning economic development, as well as a grocery store. We need that. I have had people talking about, oh, they just letting them have the downtown. Well, we're gonna, no, it is to draw people downtown so that when businesses start working, people don't have far to go. Dre, I have been across this country as a Brownfield Authority board member, going to different conferences, gathering information and bringing it back to our community for bike trails and walkable, all of that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
finally happened. And this was like 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Even Manchester Beerwell Arts and Training Technology Center. Some people took it upon themselves, instead of bringing it to the community as a whole, coming together, run out there and grab bits and pieces of it and work in their little silos with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's no way for us to, a house divided against itself shall not stand. And we have worked endlessly, tirelessly, trying to find ways to generate some cash to keep our community afloat. People are saying gentrification. Nobody is gentrifying anybody. If we don't build on our population, which is going to take housing and get some water customers in here, who else is going to pay for it? But
Exactly.
I can't pay anymore because I'm poor. Okay, so who's going to pay for it? Do we have to privatize it, and then we really won't have control of the what we will pay? Because
Mm-hmm.
if it's privatized, they can charge us what they want. So if you want to be on the outside looking in, and people better pay attention to
Mm-hmm.
what is going on
I
and
really,
listen
I'm
to
sorry.
people that know what's going on. Government does not work the way a lot of these people think. You know what? When I first went down there, when they told me to go, they was like, I've been down there too long enough to know ain't nobody stealing nothing. And when I went down there, you know what I found out? That they was arguing over money, lack of,
Mm-hmm.
because the crumbs that they had, each individual elected official had an idea of their own priority. It it's a lot. But this type of stuff right here is deep. Too many lives are at stake to improve our quality of lives, for us to be playing with elections and who you want to lead you. I'm not letting nobody drive me over a cliff. And I try to be that elected official that I want representing me.
Well, I would say this, and I heard the words that people try to use is gentrification, and we're against this and we're against that. Um, this is 2025, so the housing that's going on in over the Mercy Center property, we got money that's called the missing middle, which means that missing middle to make sure that they have the ability to buy. I personally, and Commissioner Adams knows this, that uh, what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't want to build here no more. Habitat for Humanity. They said they didn't want to build here no more. It was too much red tape. It was too much to do. Personally went there, and I'm thank God for the young lady Erin Hudson, who have she said that Duane, it's a lot going on. We don't want to go. They were building in Bridgman. Now, who needs housing more? Benton Harbor, low to moderate income, Benton Harbor or Bridgman? And so I begged her. I mean, I'm like, and I hate to use the word beg because I don't like begging anybody for anything. But I was like, please come back to Benton Harbor. Please, there's some property, Mercy Center property. And the young lady who from Whirlpool, I can't think of her name right now. It's a very, very outstanding young lady from Whirlpool.
Aaron,
Rosa,
What's her name? Who
Rosa
Rosa.
Skinner.
Rosa.
Rosa. Yeah,
Yeah,
outstanding. And people have a heartbeat for Benton Harbor, but they don't want the usury. See, I mean, people, and I'm saying this wholeheartedly. We went from nothing um, to something, and the young man who's speaking right now, I thank God for him, Andre. And I don't know how to like and share this. I wish I could share it on my page. I don't know how to do it, but people like Commissioner Hill, Emma Hull, Marcus Muhammad, mayor, and I'm not saying that disrespectfully, he just came back from Ghana because of Benton Harbor. He didn't steal no money to go, but because of the power of connection, you have to know people to get where you need to go, especially in this climate that we're living in. We have more people that are willing to respect Trump than respect their own brother and sister. And I don't know what that we've done to not have the trust of the city. But people are talking about the roads are bad. Well, the roads are getting fixed. People are talking about the sidewalks were messed up. The sidewalks are getting fixed. People are talking about you don't have housing. Harbor Towers is getting fixed.
yeah.
Bus projects is getting fixed. Every park in your city is looking better than it did when we got in office.
Yeah.
What more? How how so? What does transparency look like? All right. So somebody said that we need to tell our residents why we're fixing the sidewalks, why we're fixing the roads. All right. Stevie Wonder can see why we're fixing the roads. The roads were terrible. People were complaining about potholes. They was complaining about busting their tires, busting their rims. So why not get what you need to fix what the problem is? And Andre, Commissioner Adams, we have fought tooth and nail to
Hmm.
help our residents. When the water crisis was going on, people are talking now, made more money off the water crisis than anybody, and now are still trying to galvanize on the misfortune of Benton Harbor, and it's terrible.
It is.
It's literally terrible
You know,
how people think about Benton Harbor residents. It's literally terrible that people who don't live here. When
Mm-hmm.
I bought my house here, they told me, they said, you know what? You can go live in the township. You can go live in St. Joe. You can go live in St. Joe Township. I was like, no, man, I want to invest in my community. People are pushing the narrative now, don't even live in your community. They're telling you different things that is not true. I stand on the shoulders of great men. who have basically, and great women. Let me not say just great men and great women. Dre, the fight that we've had. I'm talking about with Mayor Hightower. We named a park after him, and they were like, "Well, why you don't do that? Why you don't name a park after?" He was a mayor that helped us get out of receivership. People are mad at the mayor right now and don't even realize that the mayor has fought tooth and nail to bring money, resources, things to this community. We have fought tooth and nail. But then the question is, when people are voting no for $18 million for Harbor Towers, when you're voting no for $20 million for bus projects and don't have an alternative, so you're going to vote no and say, hey, we don't want that money. You don't know why we don't want the money. Well, why y'all playing lottery every day if you don't want $20 million, you don't want $1 million, you don't want $1,000, you want 5,000? It don't make sense.
You know, if I may, one thing that I've learned about a lot of my people in Benton Harbor is that if it's not their idea, they're not rolling with it. And
That's the truth.
and I was still a commissioner when well, we've known that Harbor Towers have had problems for a very long time. And it's not us as elected officials, it's the housing authority. But they have every right to come to us because we're supposed to improve all of everybody's quality of life. So in turn, we did exactly that. So how could anybody, especially that looks like me, and the people that live in Harbor Towers, vote no against millions of dollars? I don't care if it was 5 million to renovate and upgrade some of the things that our people need to improve their quality of life over some of the very things that they complain about. Some of the
Yeah.
walls need to be remodeled and stuff. But
Yeah.
what we were fighting for was that we want the same thing. No, we want better than what St. Joe got. If they were able to put their people somewhere in a hotel while they renovated the whole thing, those are the type of things that we fight against. But see, when some people show up and vote no and show ungratefulness about a thing, it can change the mindset of what the government, those that we have forged relationships with, to change their strategy and how we need to do things. So
So
our
it's
people may not be put in a hotel while the whole thing is
Well,
renovated.
they're going to be put in a hotel. They will
I
be.
know, I know, I know. I'm just saying though. People don't know what they're voting against can change the improvements that are on the horizon.
Well, they're not voting against it. They're voting against us. They're voting
Exactly,
against the person there.
exactly,
They're voting
exactly.
against
And that's not the
the
type of
parts.
right.
leader I
And
want.
and and that it just I'm still trying to process that because it seems like that both of you guys over the years have been pillars and have been in the correct spaces and known the correct people to petition and ask and as Commissioner Seat said, almost beg for people to come here, come to Benton Harbor and do something great. And over the years, you guys have built those relationships, and we are now seeing the progress of those relationships. I mean, I
Ye-
know either one of you can call anybody in the state of Michigan right now and get them on the phone or and have those relationships. So it seems to me if you having those relationships, we're seeing progress being done. Things are Benton Harbor is looking better. Like you can clearly see down Columbus from Empire to
And a lot more
Britain
streets.
and
Lot
other streets. I mean, so I'm like, what more? What more
We
is
need
there
more,
asking?
but
I know,
exactly.
and I know there's more that needs to be done, but at the same time, it takes finances to do that, and we all know, the water system hurt the city of Benton Harbor.
Yeah.
That took
The
away
break,
a lot of revenue.
the
So
divorce.
right, so And I know there's much more that the city wants to do. So it just seems to me to think like, man, if all these things are being done and progress is being made, why would I want to vote against that? Why would I want to
And
vote against progress?
and here's the deal. When I first showed up and I sat as a Brownfield Authority board member, I was actually sworn in as an authority member. Our first task was to approve, actually it was the Fidelity building that we put within a brownfield development plan that was remodeled inside to allow our people, low income, a decenter place to stay other than where they were. So after that, we gave approval of Harbor Shores, a $500 million development with Whirlpool. And there was a plan that a lot of us didn't approve of, but we didn't realize that until years later. And I think that was when uh, uh, Duane, Commissioner Seats and Commissioner Mohammed then came on board. And I'm glad that somebody like me had some fighters like that with what we were about to face, because we didn't know that we were about to go into a receivership or any of that. And people don't even know Hightower is my cousin. I
Right?
love him. One thing has nothing to do with the other. He was making some decisions in my mind and in my thoughts that I didn't think was good for me and my people, and it caused a ruckus and put a damper on our relationship. But we're good now. And that's what politics does. It will destroy people in relationships instead of building them when we don't communicate and find common ground to work together. And I'm going to say this because a lot of people got a chance to watch it for a long time. And see, I was trying to hold my now mayor, Honorable Marcus Muhammad, accountable for what was on the books. And at the same time, I'm thinking that we should have had the same type of power, or our mayor should have, to actually do some of the things that the emergency manager was given. But see, I didn't think about that until afterwards, with me trying to hold him accountable both to what's in the charter live on our meetings. And then I took a really good look at him one day. I looked down at my mayor and I heard the spirit of God tell me, be still, be quiet. I looked at, I have children older than Duane Seats and Marcus Muhammad. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We were probably at the health department up here on Pipestone together getting our babies immunization shots. Do you hear me? But I looked down at my mayor and I heard the spirit say, isn't he what Obama said, raise? Put up front, whether he's doing it your way or not, MaryAlice? And I took a really good look at him and his hair was grayer than mine. And I heard the spirit say, peace be still.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had learned that chaos was trying to enter into my mayor's office and I wasn't having it.
Can I say this? And
Hold on before you get started. So we do have a call in number. It's if anybody wants to call in and make a comment, you can do that. It's area code 269-682-8533. That's 269, and I'll put that in the comments. 269-852 no, 269-682-8533. All right. If you want to call in and make a comment. Go ahead, Mr.
no, I was.
Seats.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes. I hear you.
All right. And I agree totally with everything that Commissioner Adams said. One thing I watched in the last 14 years or 15 years is that nobody can do it the way people want them to do it. Every mayor has been terrible in some people's eyes, from Wilson Cook to Hightower to Mayor Muhammad. Nobody has been good enough in some people's eyes, but nobody has anything good to say about what's happening. If you look at it, we told people during the pandemic don't pay your water bills. We got millions of dollars to pay people's water bills to help them out. We haven't got millions of dollars to help people fix their homes and all these other kind of things. Right now, people are saying, well, how's this affecting us? There's not one day, and I want this to be public, there's not one day that don't go past where people are asking for minority contractors. They're asking for is there any licensed minority contractors that can do the work? We do have some that do asphalt. We do have some that do road work. We do have Mr. Tony that does painting. But they're asking every single day, is there any minority contractors in the city of Benton Harbor that can do some of the work that's being done? When dirt is moving, we need to be moving. But it's not the city's responsibility to pick you up
Nope.
and take you to work. There are people in this community that get money to provide jobs, to
Okay.
provide opportunities. Why not you going to them and saying, why we not getting jobs? They're getting paid every day. They get paid more than we get paid
Yeah.
to
Way
make
more.
sure people in Benton Harbor have jobs. Why ain't nobody saying none of that? Why ain't
If I
nobody
may,
saying none of that? Why ain't nobody asking them the question like, y'all supposed to be getting us jobs, but you ain't getting us no job.
if I may, you know,
So
a lot of people.
let me finish real
Go ahead.
quick.
Go ahead.
So we came up when I first got elected with what was called Robo, resident owned business associate, resident owned business opportunities or whatever. And so what we were doing is we were taking people with their dream, with their plan,
Yeah.
getting them what they need to have in order to, when development happens, for them to be ready to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time to get the job. We cannot force anybody to hire you and you're not licensed, you're not insured, and then you have to be able to get to work. You have to be able to go to work. And that's been one of the main issues. But we've provided the opportunity. When dirt is moving,
Yeah.
we should be moving. And you got right now, I'm talking about right now, right this minute. Imagine this. You have over $300 million worth of projects that's happening or getting ready to happen within the next 3 or 4 months. Who else, what city around here can say that? What town around here can say that? St. Joe ain't got no major buildings going up. Coloma ain't got no major buildings going up. Only one that can compete a little bit is New Buffalo. But you see what they got going on down there. But Benton Harbor, and people are saying, well, how's that helping out? What do you mean it's not helping your residents? You get water bill customers. You can have the ability to lower your taxes because you got more people coming on tax roll. You have more people that have the ability to come move into your city, which will help if you do have a business, can help your business.
Right.
So people want places to stay.
I don't get it. This is what I don't get. I don't get why it's so hard to comprehend that, okay, so we don't have to pay the trash on our water bill. Where the trash gonna go? Are we going to get together and dump it ourselves as residents? You see what I'm saying? Those are services that we as residents have to pay for others to pick it up, and we have to pay the landfill. I mean, at some point, everybody has to do a little, so not everybody. One person has to do a lot, and if we don't build on our tax base, and things are steadily going up,
Mm-hmm.
who else is going to pay? And the only people to look at is us because we're
Right.
the only ones here. What part of that is so hard to understand?
And
I can't afford $10 more on my water bill. And
right.
I'm sure
And
there's a lot of other people that can't. But there's one other thing that I want to touch base on, because for the last past, during the 3 years during the water thing, Um, I was on those calls for every bit of 3 years with the state and other officials, federal government as well, and handing out physically applications for people to fill out and mail back in for their homes to see if, in fact, they were contaminated with lead. Right now, the list is so long because we lack black contractors or contractors, period, at this point. But it was open for Benton Harbor residents, and I think that there are some barriers there that need to be they minority black people. I'm gonna stop saying minority because we're a majority. Black people need more help from the government, and it should be federal as well as state, with insurance and other things that they need to be in compliance with their business operating, since they've been redlined out of the American dream and been living in a nightmare, that it's easier to go have a drink and just try to forget that I can't pay this high insurance and high afford to pay these guys 20, $30 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But the list is so long for the work that needs to be done on these homes, but they're replacing windows. They basically remodeling whole houses. But we don't have a workforce. And you know where I look? Right down there across from Whirlpool at Michigan Works. And I've been, for the past 10 years, I know factually that I've been bumping heads with city management, and not just the present one, but all of them, because I'm trying to figure out why we don't have a workforce, which was why everybody heard me singing about Manchester Bidwell Arts and Training Technology Center. But I'm going to remain hopeful that something is on the horizon, because even with the union thing that's going on that our state representative Joy Andrews brought in, we fought for that for a long time, and he finally was the representative to make it happen. He has been really good for the city of Benton Harbor when it comes to state representation, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out to Joy Andrews. So it seems like to me, once again, that you're saying that the people that's coming in from the outside and the people that's already in the residents that's already here have the same opportunities
Yeah.
as the people that's coming in from the outside. They're bringing their businesses, they're bringing their construction, and there's people that say, well, they buying up everything downtown. Well, y'all go to every Macy's and every Louis Vuitton and y'all buy this and buy that, but y'all won't put y'all money together to buy a building and put it downtown and open up a business. I mean, that's my whole argument. Everybody says what everybody else is doing, but we don't point the finger at ourselves.
I'm gonna say
And
this before I let speak. You know what I saw just the other day coming down Empire?
Mhm.
Now we have Hispanics moving into our area. I
Mhm.
saw these older gentlemen with a whole little bitty bunch of their young men, and it might have been a little girl in the group, showing them how to put up the ladder, make sure it's safe. And I'm just watching them. You know, they are training them
Mhm.
to do. And if we don't start, and that's been my thing with our educational system, catching our children while they're young.
Mhm.
Because we used to sew and stuff when we were in the 6th and 7th grade. We used to have after school programs up here at Calvin Britton, learning different things.
Yeah, we had when I was in school, we had the tech school behind Martin
Yes.
Luther King. We had that. And those things no longer exist.
But we need to reignite stuff like that. Go back
Yeah.
to the things that did work. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Let me see.
Let me chime in on that. And I'm just being totally we okay. I'm looking at a question. I want
The
to.
question says, are you saying no contractors to fix the homes, but contractors for new builds and renovations on buildings downtown?
Let me say this. What we're talking about right now is that the contractors that are fixing the home are contracted through the contractor. I can't think of the name right now. It's right downtown. Who are buying all the buildings up right now. They did all the lead lines, and what I'm saying is not no contractors. There are contractors that do the inner city homes, but we're talking about contractors that are minority. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're stating, that we need more minority
Right.
contractors. There's plenty of contractors. We can go and get contractors from everywhere to help fix the problem, but we're talking about
It's not our
minority.
that's not our responsibility.
We're talking about minority contractors, and I'm listening to what Commissioner Adams said. Um, the other thing that we have to know is that we only have to create the opportunity. It's against the law for us to, and 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 we have to be so careful because in 2025, I don't think that in Benton Harbor, in the city of Benton Harbor, there's no redlining right now going on. We're not disenfranchising anybody. We're not taking advantage of anybody. We're not looking down on anybody. And just a false narrative. And we have to be careful because if you look at the dollar ride right now, you might not have a dollar ride in the next year or two because of some management issues or what has happened in the past and some bad decision making that has happened. Dollar Ride has been a staple in our community for many years. That since I was a kid, I mean, I can go back to the '80s when Dollar Ride. Well, I would see Dollar Ride come to areas that will pick people up, take them to work. That's one of the major modes of transportation, and it kind of hurt me a little bit. I would say that because we have more people show up about having parties
Parties.
after 2 or 3 o'clock. And on the same agenda, you had Dollar Ride almost getting ready to be shut down. And everybody talked more about the ability to stay out after 3 o'clock than having the ability for people to go to their doctor's appointments, to uh, their job or interview or wherever, what so have you, to go. And so we have to make sure that we're not making government to be our babysitter. We're not elected to be. I can't come to your house, personally wash you up, put you in my car, take you to your job. But what I can do is make sure that you're safe, make sure you're secure, make sure that we create opportunities for you to have a good living condition, and also to make sure that you have an opportunity
Yeah.
for a great job or a great opportunity to work. And that's what we're saying. Now, so many people have made money off the backs of problems.
Yeah.
And I have to say that people have made money off the back of problems. When I say that, if you're not poor or if you're not unemployed, then people don't have they the whole what was the whole homeless issue that came up about um, the city or about somebody else trying to do something else.
Yeah.
I got two people that, I got two people personally, and I can call them, put them on the phone right now, that I got from living out their car that was down there and provided them homes, provided them with safe shelter.
Yeah.
If you really want to counteract the problem, then you have to have a solution for the problem, or you have to have a connection to
Yeah.
get them out of the problem. But then there's an other side of that, that some people want to live in that. Some people don't want a house. They don't want the responsibility of
Of
bills. They
life,
don't
yeah.
want the
Yeah.
responsibility of something else. And so that's where you have people who are paying like $30 a month for rent, $45 a month for rent. And I'm good with that. You have disabled veterans who are on the streets right now, who people are trying to get them off. There's something that, and so you need a circle you need a circle of opportunities. You need counselors. You need counselors. You need
Healthcare system, everybody needs to
you
be
need a
involved.
whole aspect of people to come together to counteract some of these problems. And then we need to figure out the ones that want to get out
Yeah.
and the ones that want to stay. And then we need to find them a
Right.
safe place to stay. Because if you want to stay in that environment, Dre, come on, man. We bought tents for people. We've gave hundreds of coats away. We fed people. And you got a whole place called Tent City right now that's going on where people are living in tents and they're happy to live there. You got people that dumpster dive every day and they
Okay.
are proud to dumpster dive and they like what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And until they ask for help, or if help shows up and they act like they want it, those are the ones that I would help personally. But I want to touch base on the question that Miss West asked, because the city doesn't have businesses that consist of contractors. Contractors are people with their own businesses. And when the city has work to be done and they put out an RFP for those type of businesses to actually apply for that type of work, is how that happens. The city doesn't, I have to have my own business. I have to have my insurance in place. I have to have, and not only that, my people, my people, what I've seen in times past and what I'd love to see more in the future. And the only thing we can do as government is set the narrative and set the resources in place. But if I hire you for a job, if I am a contractor, please come to work on time. Show up a little early if you can. And when you go to lunch, come back on time would be nice. And to come back sober would be even nicer. And
Uh,
to show up the next day. I mean, we can't keep pointing fingers and expecting poking at government to fix all of the world's problems, because if that was the case, long as government has been into existence, the world wouldn't have the problems that we have. We
two
all play
six
a role.
269-682-8533 is the number you can call in. We're gonna be on here just a little bit more, and then we're gonna get out of here. 269-682-8533. If you have a question or a comment, please give us a call. 269-682-8533. Miss West says, I get that. I thought you were saying we were lacking contractors, but a
We
lot of the
are.
homes are still not being worked on.
We are.
Either the contractors are backlogged, but they are renovating and new builds in motion. I'm just saying roofs, windows, and removing lead are still needed in a lot of the existing homes.
So they have a contract right now
Right.
for 3,000 homes to be done in Benton Harbor. 3,000 homes and to be done in Benton Harbor. And so if your house has, they came and did the inspection, came and did some other things. And then there's some people that fell through the cracks, which you need to just call the health department and find out where you're at on the list. But we can guarantee that over 3,000 houses are going to be done. But the key word is right now, for free.
Yeah.
All right. Right, we're gonna take a 1 minute break, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson. You might know me best as Winston Zeddemore from Ghostbusters. You may also know that I was born and raised in the city of Benton Harbor. If you love Benton Harbor as much as I do, then I'm asking you to re-elect Duane L. Seats, Commissioner at Large, in the November 4th general election. Duane Seats, proven, experienced, and a connected resource for the continued progress of the city of Benton Harbor. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Emma Hull, the former mayor of the city of Benton Harbor. And I want to talk to all of the citizens of Benton Harbor, and especially those that are registered to vote. If you're not registered to vote, get registered, because this election is very, very important. Our city is on the move to improve. I call it the improvement movement. And we got people down at City Hall, our commissioners, our mayor pro tem, that's working so hard to make this city be a better place for us to live in, all of the citizens. They want our citizens to have a good quality of life, and we want to have a good quality of life. So we're excited to tell you we got to keep this city moving forward. Remember, a move to improve. Now, they done put in streets, and they still working to put in housing. They still working to put in opportunities for us, and we got to keep the ones that's working for us to keep them in office. And the ones we want to put back in office is Commissioner Seeks and Commissioner Adams. Commissioner Adams used to be in there, but she fell on a little difficult, and now she's want to come back. So we got to put her back and keep Mayor Pro Tem Seeks there. It's very, very important. Now, we as citizens, you know we always want to move forward. We don't want to go backwards. We want to stay looking forward. And we got to continue to do that. But we got to get out and vote. We can't talk. We can't talk. We need to know the time that we got to go, what day it is got to go, and bring all our neighbors and our friends. Even bring the enemies. They like you anyway. So bring everybody out to vote on the election day. We got to stay aware of what's going on. Look how this city is moving. We got construction everywhere. Got the up on is that Pipestone Old Mercy building. Going to have all new houses up there. Then we got a new development downtown. Then we got going to have housing authority. They're going to build some new, redo the houses. They're going to redo Habitat. We're going to redo the bus projects. And then we're going to do the scattered sites. But if we change people, we can't do this because we're on the move to improve. Remember that. We're moving to improve our city of Benton Harbor. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Everything looking so nice. I wish you could see this street over here. Don't it look beautiful, Andre? It's so pretty. And so we want to keep it that way. And so we got to get out, got to work real hard for Adams and Seeks to get back in office. Mayor Pro Tem Seeks and MaryAlice Adams to get back in office. Now remember, we're on the move and we're moving to improve. Now we don't want nothing to set us back. Nothing. So we got to keep these two in office so we can continue to move forward. And I love all of y'all. I love everybody so much. So just keep us moving forward. Get out and vote. Don't forget. And y'all going to find out the date. It's in November the 4th. November the 4th. Now you got a month to get everything together. So you can go out there and move and vote. And if you don't, okay, bye. That's enough, Andre.
I love Auntie Emma, man. And I just wanted, as a disclaimer, that was not coached. Those were all words that came right from her soul.
That's enough, Andre.
Yeah, I mean I'm just saying because people say, "Oh, y'all, she old the lady you went over there and coached her."
Look, I laughed when I saw it. When I first saw it, I mean, I laugh every time I see it because I'm like, why she just didn't tell the world that I fell down or somebody pushed me down?
Right. But I mean, even she just came up with that, moving to improve right there on the spot.
Yeah. But
So it seems like, go ahead.
I want to say this because I think it's very important because this thing with contractors and workers and workforce, I've always had a problem with the money that we have been able to forge from the relationships with the state and the federal government that we do have, and trying to hold not only ourselves but our city engineers and the developers accountable. These people show up because they have families to feed too. And they come from down the highway because they don't exist here. I have a problem with our money riding out of our community, which is why the city income tax took place that brought in more money and allowed us to fix some of these potholes that were turning into craters. Now, if somebody that's listening got an idea and they know some people that are contractors, have them to get in touch with the state. Get the information from the clerk's office as to where they need to apply because there's a long list of lead homes that need to be repaired. And that was the biggest thing that we talked about on those calls that I was on for over 2 years. Contractors, contractors, contractors. Who wants to be one? I have the ability of doing contract work, but I'm not a contractor.
Well, let me suggest something that, and I know in the near future we're going to do, and I think that it just behooves us to get the people that want to go where they want to go and help them get to
Yeah,
where they need to go.
yeah,
We've created the opportunities for them to go, and then we need to connect the resources. I think one of the major problems is that a lot of our resources have went to entities that had not the best interest in the city of Benton Harbor.
I agree.
And so when you go to them for jobs or you go to them for whatever, and it's been people complain, and I don't go on Facebook, I don't go and broadcast or blast people when they have gotten multi-millions of dollars to try to counteract the problem. The city does not have, we don't garner money to put people to work. We don't garner money to take you to a job, and we don't garner money to get you on a computer. We don't garner money to get you unemployment. We don't garner money for all these things, but yet we're held accountable for these things. And there are people who have legitimate businesses who are supposed to be doing these type of things. So I think that moving forward, maybe we should hold them more accountable.
Hmm.
And to if you're getting money for off the back of the city of Benton Harbor, because of our we're still one of the highest unemployed. We're still one of the highest in
X.
poverty. And I've been fighting for this, Dre. Listen, man, we've been fighting for years for the same thing to get
Look,
people back to work, to
Hmm.
get people better housing, to get people better economic conditions, and to better our roads and better sidewalks, better our parks. And I want to thank our partners because there's a lot of partners that
yeah,
have stepped up and given Benton Harbor um, opportunities that other areas are not getting. Union Field is one.
yeah,
They said we need better baseball fields. But guess what we did? We went and said, let's get you better baseball fields. Broadway Park, they said we need better basketball courts. We went and got them better basketball courts. Did a ribbon cutting and got them better basketball courts. Hall Park, which is a staple in that area, Fourth Ward.
yeah.
I learned how to play baseball and learned how to play basketball a little bit over there. I ain't saying I was good at it, but I learned how to play it.
Hmm.
And now it's being totally renovated.
Yep.
Ox Creek. Most people didn't even know about Ox Creek. They didn't even know there was an Ox Creek.
Me neither. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm
And
one.
so Ox Creek
Really?
is totally being dredged out. We're going to put walking paths down there. We're going to have the ability to go down there and fish. We're going to dredge it out and make sure and clean up all the dumping sites that have been, people have dumped couches, beds, dumped every kind of thing down there. We just got $1 million to remedy that situation. The armory is being renovated. It's being fixed up. We're getting ready to make that energy efficient, so we don't have to pay all this money for electric bills and all these kind of things. The houses that are going on Pipestone and Empire.
Hold on. Go. Let's go back to the armory. So the armory is what's the
Hub.
idea for the armory?
Well, we've been saying for years that we need something to happen to the armory because
Yeah.
that's been some people's uh, bullet in their gun saying we're not doing anything for the armory. So what we've done is we've created an opportunity that yearly we're going to go into that. And after the parks are done, then we're going to concentrate on the armory because now they have something for the spring, the summer. You just see it in the paper. We're doing the ice skating rinks in the community. We're going to be providing sleds. We're going to be providing ice skates for the community. And so now we're going to go back to enter. And what my proposal is, and I'm talking to some very influential people who are connected, in that realm to might do a studio there. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. a studio there, and to teach people,
Yeah.
because everybody is not shooting basketball.
Yeah.
Uh,
No.
AI and a whole lot of
Yeah.
other things that can happen there with our younger people. And I also got another connect that I just talked to the last week, who is even considering bringing a connection with boxing. They're connected with boxing and
Yeah.
Yeah.
bringing that to here and
Pal boxing was huge when I was
yeah,
when I was a kid.
and bring that back.
Yeah.
But then to bring Floyd Mayweather has a ton of different boxing studios, whatever they call them, around the country. And so it's just the power of connection. And I
Hmm.
think we have that. We're
They
there
should.
now. And I think that if you can call if you can call somebody's phone and they answer, that means you have that connection.
Yeah.
But if I got to call and say I am, or you might not have heard of me, or you have to build a level of trust.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And as I was talking today, being that we have a president now that we don't know what's going to happen. SNAP is going away, food stamps is going away. Your mayor, and I'm going to say this, man, and I don't ride anybody's coattail, but I appreciate his level of leadership.
Yeah.
He was born. I mean, he was born for this.
Yeah.
He was born for what he's doing now. He eats, he
And it
drinks,
didn't happen overnight though, but he was born for it.
he drinks, he sleeps. This is, I mean, from Washington D.C. to Ghana to Canada to wherever, and know this, that the city is not paying for him to go.
Mm-mm.
They're requesting him to come, and because they've seen what happened and how we handle professionally. Let me say that professionally, how we handle the
Now,
water crisis, professionally, how we've handled a lot of situations. Now people are saying Benton Harbor, the mayor of Chicago, he's a Kojic boy, he's a Kojic baby. I got to put that out there. But they gave the mayor award for the city of Benton Harbor in Chicago. He got awards in Washington D.C. Benton
yes.
Harbor is on the map. It's not that but we cannot do enough to impress. And I hate to say this, you can't impress people who don't like you for whatever reason. Why don't you what's the real reason? I asked a question the other day to
Yeah.
somebody who I met, and they came from out of town. They're working for the school system. I said, "What's the real reason that?" She was like, "Well, they couldn't really tell me what y'all doing wrong. They just said y'all they don't like y'all." Well, what you mean?
Personal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what? So if you're not doing nothing wrong, then what is your real reason why you don't want to support? And then we talk about racial equality. We talk about being against. Maybe I'm too light skinned. Maybe Commissioner Adams too light skinned. I don't know. But I don't know why. What's the real issue?
Yeah.
What are we really
They say
doing?
y'all the old heads. Y'all,
And I'm well.
Ain't nothing, ain't
I
nothing
ain't
old
down
here.
Commissioner Adams is, but I know I'm 49, right?
Mm.
So now I'm the old, and we get, and you know what? Truth be told, somebody told me that we're getting rid of the old politician. I'm like, well,
I'm not a politician. I'm a servant.
I said,
They
well,
need to, that's what's wrong. They need to learn the difference between a politician and a servant.
if you're getting rid of the old politicians, then you starting from the bottom. You're not the oldest politicians that are on the road. So, and I'm not going against, because I tell you honestly, Dre, and I know Commissioner Adams, I've learned how to work with people,
Yes.
and you
And,
might not like what they do, but you got to learn how to
or
work
how they do it.
to get something done for the betterment of the city of Benton Harbor.
Hmm.
That's what we when Mayor Hightower, he sat there and said it. He said at one point we were quote unquote beating them up. But then when we came together and said, look, man,
Yeah.
they're doing something against our city
Yeah.
residents.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when me, him, and Mayor Muhammad got together and said, even though we might not agree on something,
Yeah.
but we agree on this, that we have to do something for our city residents. We have to do something for the city of Benton Harbor. And if we did not do it, Commissioner Adams can attest.
Yeah.
Benton Harbor, they were trying to close Benton Harbor down.
We wouldn't be probably existing right now as a
We
municipality.
wouldn't have a city. So we did what was best.
Yeah.
We did what was best for the city. And I'm saying this, and thank God for my mother. Uh, thank God for Ron Single, and I see them all on there. Um, you don't want to change pilots in the
In
midst of flight.
mid-flight.
No.
I've had people call me from the federal government. I've had people call me from the state. I've had people call me from everywhere paying attention to this election.
Can I say this? When I first came back here and I took a drive around Benton Harbor, and I sat at Gene Clark Park, one of my favorite spots, and I cried. There was a bunch of glass broken up, a bunch of cigarettes and stuff, and I'm like, how did it get here? Trees were dying. Go through the art. Well, it's the now Arts District. That big building that used to be an old factory right there past the railroad was there. Had been sitting there for decades, empty. I mean, I didn't want to see that. Even as an adult, it's depressing. Benton Harbor used to depress me when I would come from Flint to visit. I would stay at my sister's house. I didn't want to go nowhere else. Maybe down to the Sheiks for a moment. But in the Arts District, that's now the Arts District, there was literally tumbleweeds blowing through.
Tumbleweeds. Yep. I remember that.
But a lot of those places and businesses down there, those people came back to Benton Harbor and came down to the brownfield and entered into a development plan to revitalize their properties. And I love what they've done. It's a beautiful, a much beautifuler sight to see on my way to Gene Clark Park, the park in my favorite spot. And the beach, the golf course, just the greenery itself. And you wouldn't understand unless you come through an addiction of how you appreciate the beautiful green grass and flowers and just the beautiful part of nature, period. But it's all been just a wonderful experience to be a part of something that I'm literally watching to grow and to be one of the decision makers of it all. Oh yeah, I got some unfinished business.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to stay here, and I have nieces, nephews, I have grandchildren by stepsons that I want them to have better than what we had. I want them to be better human beings than what we were. In our educational system, I've been pressing for the longest for us to work together as a community, as leaders in leadership, because when something happens in the school, they coming down there anyway. So if we all together on the same page, we operating as a unit.
Can I say this, Dre, real quick, and I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
throw it back to you. Um, I'm a living witness that I have tried to support every person that has a business. We don't know everything that's going on in the city of Benton Harbor, and it will be a blessing that people will share what they're doing in Benton Harbor so people can support. If nobody knows what you're doing, then how can we support? But then the battle becomes, if you a DJ, I don't need to become a DJ. If you security guard, then I don't need to become a security guard. If you cook, I don't need to cook. We all can find our place and find a way to support each other. One of the biggest problems is our dollar don't touch each other's dollar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we begin to master the part of having, that's what the farmers market is about. For you to be able to bring your product down there and exemplify or sell your product, and then people come in and buy it. We create the opportunity for you to make or create the space. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be able to share, for you to be able to get, and for you to be able to garner. And the thing is, I think that there's a misnomer out here, or there's misinformation, and the greatest misinformation is the information that people are getting right now. That Ben Harbor is not doing anything to help you. That is totally, tremendously, unequivocally a lie. And my mama told me, don't never call her no, a lie if it's not a lie. And I just can't stand the lies that are being told now and the things that are happening. And some of the it's so much personal that is not for the, and when you find yourself being more personal than logical, then you're gonna fall into traps that you have no business. And I'll say this
I think it's power.
before I do something to hurt Benton Harbor, I will rather hurt myself. And that's with anybody, any relationship, anything.
I would leave.
Benton Harbor
Yeah,
is on the move. We're
to
finding
improve, as Emma Hull
to
said.
improve, and and at first, and I'll say this: everybody's played a part. Like it or not, everybody, and I've learned from the Mayor Cooks. I've learned from the I've learned from Yarborough. I've learned from uh, uh, David Shaw. I've learned from Ricky Hill. I've learned from Hightower. I've learned from even Brian Joseph. I learned from everybody. We had commissioners who died in the sea.
Yeah.
I've learned from different people and different ideas, and I'm seeing things come. Dennis knows, even though people might not agree with a lot of things, but he knew how to maneuver in government. He knew what parliamentary law and procedures was. He knew Robert's Rules of Order. He
Yeah.
knew different things. He knew the charter. He knew that we had subpoena power. He knew that we are a home rule city. People who are running for government right now don't know government, and they're saying they can lower uh, your electric bill and gas bill and all. How come I do that? You don't think I can lower your electric bill? I would have been done did it.
Do you so? You're right.
So my vision moving forward, and I know we're collapsing in time. My vision moving forward is to keep Ben Harbor on a steady footing
Yes.
and to create more opportunities. These buildings downtown, Dre, in the next 3 years, right now, the building that's right on the corner of Colfax and go down there and look, Colfax
Oh,
and Wall Street. That's
yeah.
going to look like something in Grand Rapids or something in another city that we have not seen before.
Yeah.
And when you look downtown, and let me say this because I'm going to cure this problem. That building is not for St. Joe. That building is not for Whirlpool. That building is not for Detroit. That building is not for Chicago. That building is to maneuver people from Harbor Towers,
Mhm.
River Terrace, to put them in a place, and then to also provide a grocery store downtown. We
Wow.
don't have a grocery store downtown. That was part of the negotiations. We don't have that. So now you ain't gotta go over somewhere else. You don't have to go to another place. And there's a minority owned grocery store in Chicago that we're looking, it's called Fresh something Fresh. I just seen it came across, and it's minority owned, and they do fresh foods and fresh meats and fresh everything, and it's minority owned. So don't say that we're not doing anything
Mm.
for our community. The property over there on Pipestone, and I'm digressing. That was supposed to have a grocery store also,
Yeah.
and it's going to be red bricks. They're doing red bricks. They're doing all kind of home opportunities. And then Dre, the crazy thing is they're gonna be giving you your money to buy a house. They're gonna give you money to get in the house. Then
Yeah.
they make sure that the money that you're paying is below the rate of everybody else and give you prime opportunities to live in those houses. And as Commissioner Adams said, what was happening there before? No.
Me personally, I wanted a new city hall with knowing that we were spending 400 some $1,000 on a couple of new fire engines, something big enough to, you know what I'm saying? Because right now they're in like a tight space. But see, what people don't understand is our disagreement as to what should go there. Those are some of those issues that we had. But when Aaron come before us, and I'm aware that Habitat had a hard time wanting to come up in Benton Harbor, period, for a long time, and you were able to do that, Pro Tem Seats. I appreciate that, and helping me to understand that this right here makes more sense, Commissioner Adams, and it does. It did.
And we were supposed to build a new fire station and city hall, but the
Yeah,
emergency manager denied it. We had
yeah.
a like in township, they got a new one, and St. Joe Township, they got a new one. All the surrounding
Thank you.
areas got
Yeah,
that grant, but the city, at that time, the emergency manager denied us the opportunity to get a new city hall and a new fire station, which again, that was for the detriment of the city, not for the betterment. And I'm just asking everybody, November 4th, don't listen to the
mm,
rhetoric. Don't listen to anything else. If I go when I went to go get knee surgery, I wanted to make sure I had the best surgeon.
yep,
When I was in the hospital, I wanted to make sure I had the best doctor. And when you're going through whatever you want to go through, when you go to court, you want to make sure you have the best attorney. And I'm just telling you right now, the leadership that's the best right now is the ones that you're looking at on this screen right now to lead Benton Harbor forward and not backwards. We don't have time to reset.
mm-mm,
I'm going to say that. We don't have time to reset. And
mm,
people are looking, people are watching, people are waiting to see what's going to happen. And make sure you have your best interest in mind and not our, but your best interest. And your best interest is to vote for Duane seats, MaryAlice Adams. I'm not saying, I mean, there's people calling from everywhere. We're connected with, I mean, Ernie Hudson didn't have to come on, Emma Hall didn't have to come on, Hightower didn't have to come on, Honorable C Note didn't have to come on. Dre, you didn't even have to come on. People are stopping us everywhere and saying we support, we love what's going on in Benton Harbor, and we need to continue what's going on in Benton Harbor. And I say today that I stand by what we've done in Benton Harbor. We have never, nobody has ever been prosecuted for stealing one dime from you. Nobody got prosecuted for one thing that happened any time in government that's on that board right now. Stop the lying narrative and run a clean race. And if you run a clean race, then you'll know who the champion should be on November 4th. It's Duane Seats, MaryAlice Adams. We are for the people. We are by the people. We have ran for you. We have helped you. We love you, and we'll continue to serve you.
and I concur. And with that, I make a motion to send this to the full tally machines.
so it seems like even within this hour or so, you guys have painted a picture of not just the possibilities, well, not just the promises, but the possibilities and what the future holds for the city. I mean, my mom used to tell me all the time about how Benton Harbor looked and downtown looked back in the 60s and 70s. It was like was New York town Times Square. It was like huge. You can go down there and get anything, and to see things are building back up. All these, I would love to see the State Theater back opened and plays and different entertainment coming from all over the country, coming to Benton Harbor.
Look,
Um,
this was times when the blossom parades was so large.
right, I heard.
Literally, the sidewalks was, I mean, on both sides, all the way from St. Joe, all the way up to past the Armory, right there.
Yeah, I
I
heard.
mean,
I heard it used to go all the way up.
man, boy,
So,
Even Al Capone. I mean, the
oh,
history of Benton Harbor. You had Al Capone that had a
Yeah.
hotel downtown. You had
With a whole lot of tunnels.
Bobo Brazil. You had Tiny Tim Hampton. You had people
Yeah.
here that were legends that worldwide. I mean, you had, even though we know some things, the House of David. People would go over there, and certain things will
Yeah.
happen. You had the movie theater. You had a train that would come through and do rides through the city. Then you had the Benton Harbor High School was one of the best high schools
Oh,
in this whole region, and
yeah.
people would get on a list to be able to come to Benton Harbor High School.
Mm.
So what you're saying is totally phenomenal. And Mayor Daley, the former Mayor Daley, he said that the new gold uh, will be water. Benton Harbor is one of the only cities that touch 5 major bodies of water. And because of that, people are drawn. I went up in an airplane when I first got elected. A gentleman took me in an airplane, and it was crop dust. I was kind of scared because we were just like in that like that. But but when I looked down on Benton Harbor, it looked like something that was Florida, Bahamas. When you look down and you see the area, the water surrounding the area, and the saddest thing is we have kids that don't even know we got beaches.
Right.
And they don't even realize that they have opportunities to go
Yeah.
and experience the
Yeah.
beaches.
Benton Harbor is a beach city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. And
Yes.
so our money has to touch our money. We
Yeah.
have to continue to forge ahead. And
Educate our people.
what you said was that even with the movie theater, um, I know Ernie Hudson is doing a lot with Ghostlight and trying
Yeah.
to get that movie theater going forward.
Okay.
And I speak to him probably once every couple of weeks. And it's not no favor of my own. We just
Hmm.
developed a relationship, and
Right.
there's other people that are telling me they want to move back to Benton Harbor to do some other things, and they're not no $10 people. And I'm not saying $10 in the wrong way, but they're multimillionaires who want to bring other multimillionaires here to push the cause of us.
I mean, think about it. We sit, and we're going to close this down real quick, but we sit like really in I-94. It's a special highway.
Look at all the hotels they're building. Why
We,
you think
we,
they're doing that?
we sit in between Detroit and Chicago,
Yes.
two of the most major cities in the United States.
South
And
Carolina.
to go to either one of those, you had to come through Benton Harbor if
Yeah.
you driving.
Yeah.
So why not make this the new Mecca? Why not? We have an exit that you can get on Main Street now from both ways.
Let's move at that ribbon cutting.
Oh, we forgot that one. Oh,
Right. So I mean, if people can get over their personal feelings about people and realize and
For
sit back and be like,
thirst for
and-
power.
right, and,
They're
and, and
really
think
using
about the actualities of things that's really going on, like all the good things that's really happening, like, and grabs hold of that. Then I believe they will see things in a different light. But some people just want to hold on to grief and pain and suffering, and I don't get it. But
You know,
more greatness is coming. It's already here.
It is.
you know what my mama used to say to me, and y'all probably got other statements and comments. I don't know. Did my mama come? I don't know if my mama, I know she didn't come up with it, but she used to say it. She said, the grass ain't greener,
On the other side,
huh? A
On
bird
the
in the
other
hand is better than
something in the bush.
I don't
all
know.
these comments. Like everything glittering ain't gold, and
That
Right.
part.
they used
But-
to say all these statements to make sure that you really realize that and I treasure our relationships. I treasure. I can't sing, Dre. You can sing. I can't play the piano. You play the piano.
Yeah.
I can't do hair. Commissioner Adams can do hair. Why
I can-
don't we learn how to appreciate other people for the gifts that they bring to this
That
world
part.
instead of being mad about
Yeah.
something that we don't even know why we even mad about?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you know what I do? And here I go with it again. Because as I sat in the meeting last week, I'm thinking to myself, it's surely if we can do a optic fiber underground, under through
Lake
Lake
Michigan.
Michigan,
Yeah.
we can sell and gain Chicago or some of it as water customers.
So we negotiated that to bring fiber from Chicago. And this is crazy, man.
That's huge too. That's
Bro, we're getting fiber from a Lakeshore Drive. They're gonna drudge it from Lakeshore Drive
Yep.
under Lake Michigan,
Yep.
and they're gonna come up where Graham Boulevard and Hidman Park Hill and the road intersect. We got an old pump station right there, right?
hmm
So take that pump station, revitalize it,
Yep.
and then they're gonna be able to provide fiber to all our municipality buildings for
Yes.
people that want. I mean, I'm like the old sanctified song said, "What more can he do? He
Okay.
laid the foundation, opened up the way. What more can he?" I mean, seriously, like what is not happening that you want to see happen?
And it takes time. I mean,
Yeah.
this all of this didn't happen overnight. We have had to pull some teeth,
Man.
Yeah.
statewide and federally.
But it's not the city council's responsibility for us to babysit kids, cook you
Nope.
dinner, and do all that. It's our
Yeah.
responsibility for us to make sure that we connect with people
Yeah.
and do what's best for the residents of Benton Harbor. And I think we've done an
And, and,
outstanding.
and work with those that want to come into our community and do business and build.
Yeah.
That's where
That's
the goal.
amazing. That's a major thing also.
It is, and that's
Yeah.
what happened in Planning and Economic Development Committee meeting where Honorable Duane Seats was chairman,
For the
and
last
where
15 years.
MaryAlice Adams was co-chair.
And the craziest thing is, I had three mayors, right? Three mayors. And all three of them said the same thing, that they wanted me as a planning and economic development chair. And I'm not bragging about it. I had the
You
opportunity
should
of
pat yourself.
one of the I don't even Mayor
Yeah.
Wilson I eulogize Mayor Wilson. You know how I am, Dre. You know, you
Right.
see my face, man, because I don't mind crying sometimes. But I had the opportunity to eulogize Mayor Cook, and he requested that, and
Yeah.
for him to request that, it done something for me that I didn't realize that he seen something in me that wanted me to speak the final words over his life. And he's done great things. We've done great things. I support Commissioner Adams. I wholeheartedly do, and I think that Ben Harbor's on good footing. And
Yeah.
I don't think that right now it's time to change. And I think
No.
that other people. Let me share this, and I'm moving, and I won't say nothing else. I think that one of the biggest problems in Benton Harbor is people don't want mentorship.
Mm.
They don't want to be mentored into a place of leadership, but they want to lead without knowing how to lead. This is not a position just to say, I'll try.
Right.
It's not.
It's too much at stake.
For you trying might be the detriment of the whole city going down.
Okay.
So if you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. Learn how to open a meeting, close a meeting, learn Robert's Rules of Order, learn parliamentary law procedure, learn the charter, learn everything that is needed and necessary to lead before you try to lead. And that's when we'll have, and I talk to all our young leaders. Shockwave Pitchford, he can tell you, I've called him numerous times and told him a lot of different things. A lot of these younger leaders that are in the community, I've called them and I told them, this is what come on, you need to look at this. You need to understand this. Joey Andrews, I've dealt with Joe Biden. You can see the picture behind. I dealt with Carl Levin, dealt with Debbie Stabenoff, came to this church numerous times. The list goes on and on. John Conyers has come here. Even they told me I was Muslim when I had Minister Louis Farrakhan come here. I've had
They
Jesse
told me
Jackson.
that too.
Yeah, they told
They told me that too.
I had Jesse Jackson come here. We fought the
Yeah.
fight for this community, and we'll continue to fight for this
Man.
community. I just appreciate the opportunity. Dre, thank you for having us on. I appreciate what you're doing, and I'm done.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys, and I'm so proud of you, both of you. To see you guys standing up for, and y'all don't really have to. You don't have to. And the thing is, you don't have to do this, but
No.
you choose to,
Yeah.
and for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful today. Tuesday is election day. If you were in the first, let me get this right, because they be talking about I'm putting out misinformation. You know. So election day is November 4th, Tuesday. Polls open at 7 a.m. They close at 8 p.m. If you are the first and third ward resident, you will vote at the Benton Harbor High School library. If you are the second and fourth ward resident, you will vote at the Virginia Edwards Community Center. All right?
On McCord.
On McCord. I believe that you can still vote in person at City Hall tomorrow up until till 5, I believe.
Yeah.
So you can still go if you want. You can beat the traffic on Tuesday and beat the lines on Tuesday. You can go to City Hall tomorrow during their opening hours, I believe up until 5 o'clock, and you can vote ahead of time. Okay. What else? Make sure put this out here too.
ID.
Make sure you have your bring your ID, and so you can make sure
And if you
you're
don't
able
have
to
an
vote.
ID, make sure you have a piece of mail or something with the ID. So, say for instance, you just moved to Benton Harbor and you are voting in Benton Harbor. Make sure that you have a piece of mail or something to sign a sworn affidavit that you live where you're living, and your vote. Everybody votes need to be counted. Stop saying that your vote don't count. Your vote does count, and your vote
Yeah,
needs to count. And
yeah, it does.
does count because with them getting rid of SNAP and everything else like that, you want to make sure that you're standing in the line to make sure that your vote has counted and will count. And just know, Benton Harbor, you are important to us, and hopefully we're important to you.
All right, and residents, stay acquainted and get in tune to all things city government. They're running. I believe there's a meeting tomorrow. Is there a
Yes.
meeting tomorrow? So there's a city meeting tomorrow. You can watch that on YouTube. And you can check out the City of Benton Harbor Facebook government page. Shouts out to Nick Gunn, that's doing a great job of getting the information out as much as he can to residents. That's something that we really needed in the community to get communication out. And so yeah, stay tuned to all that. God bless both of you guys. I pray all blessings to you guys. And I just wanted to do this because it was just needed to have that conversation, because like I said, there's a whole lot of things that can be said on social media.
Yeah.
And that, I said I want to get them on here both at the same time, and let's debunk some of this stuff. That's being said.
Dispel.
Yeah.
I, MaryAlice Adams, want to appreciate you, Dre, for this opportunity, and Duane Seats, whom I don't think I know is a better candidate than what we're facing. And I'm hoping that we have your support. Go to the poll, vote. Adams and Seats and Adams. It's been a pleasure, and thank you all for listening.
All right. With that being said, y'all have a great night, and see y'all at the polls Tuesday. Peace out.